Okay, so first, what does it mean to be consistent, right? People say that word all the time, and you probably have heard yourself say, oh, I know I need to be more consistent. But let me set the record straight. You're already consistent. We're all consistent. As humans, the way that our brains naturally work, we're consistent, right? We most likely brush our teeth every day, take showers, right? Maybe you sleep in the same bed, you sleep in the same house. You're doing about 80-90% of the same things every day. The issue becomes that you may not like what you are consistent in currently, meaning you may not like that while you may show up to do your writing, you may start that writing session with scrolling Instagram or checking your work email. And you probably do that every single time that you sit down to write. You're consistent. That's a routine, it's a habit, it's what you do. What I hear you saying is that you want to change your current routine to something that serves you more, that serves your dissertation goals better. So, what I tell my clients, my dissertation clients especially, I say you need to do things in very small chunks. You might be like, yeah, hear me out. I have a client, Alex, who literally wrote her dissertation proposal just writing one shitty paragraph a day. I only told her to write 4 shitty sentences and just let it be. 4 sentences that would take 20 minutes or less to do every day. And she didn't have to do it every day of the week. She just had to do it Monday through Friday. Just 4 sentences. And let me tell you, she did not show up every day or even 5 days a week, but she was consistent about it. She did it on average like 3 or 4 times a week. And at first, it felt like with her, like, oh, I'm never going to get this proposal done. There's no way, especially the literature review, that I can get this done writing 1 paragraph a day. But she trusted me and she stuck with it. And she had a whole proposal in no time. I'm talking about a matter of a few months, like 2 to 3 months. What happens is that we think that because we haven't been consistent all of this time, that now we have to show ourselves some tough love, sit down for 12, 14, 16 hours, and just force ourselves to write. But here's the thing, that cannot work if it hasn't been working before. If you haven't been able to do it before, why are you trying to force your brain to do something that it doesn't want to do? It's going to win. Because your brain's primary goal is to ensure your survival. And so if you are constantly looking at a long to-do list that's a mile long and saying that you're going to force yourself to sit there for 16 hours, your brain is freaking out. If you say, I just have to write 4 sentences, shitty sentences, in 20 minutes or less, oh, that's not much of a threat because it's only 20 minutes. It's not going to take us that long. It's not going to require that much energy. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? They're shitty sentences. So when you go to sit down and you do that, your brain isn't throwing up too much resistance because it's only 4 sentences in 20 minutes. So that's step one, is to work in small chunks and work in small chunks that take 20 minutes or less, like the shitty paragraph. Step two, you need some accountability and some support, right? Because if you could rely on yourself and your brain, you wouldn't be watching this video. So what I love to do is to text a friend and I will say, hey, can you call me or text me in 30 minutes and ask me if I read that chapter? Or hey, can you call me in 10 minutes and ask me if I wrote my paragraph? Or hey, on your way from work, can you just text me and ask me how did it go today? What this does, right? Because we are more likely to like put ourselves off. We'll say like, oh, I don't need to do that today, or oh, I can catch up on that later. Right? But when you know that a friend, especially someone you love and you trust, is going to check in on you, you don't want to disappoint them. Like most of us don't want to disappoint the people in our lives, and most of us will show up and bend over backwards for the people in our lives. So what this does by telling your friend to hold you accountable, but you're telling them in a very clear way of how to hold you accountable, they're more likely to do it. And because they're more likely to do it and you know they're going to be checking in on you, you're more likely to do the 20-minute task. Step 3, repeat. Just repeat and learn to be okay with that it's going to be messy, that it's going to feel a little bit janky, and it's going to feel like at first, like I'm never going to make it to the end, but just humor me. Just humor me. Just try it for 30 days that every day you're going to find one thing that takes 20 minutes or less and you're going to ask a friend or a family member or someone to check in with you to make sure you did that thing. And you're just going to show up the next day and do that. That's it. Just continue to take messy action. Continue to write shitty sentences. We're going to let this be easy. We're not going to overthink it. We're not going to be an overachiever. We're just going to show up for the next 30 days and do one 20-minute task. Let me know down in the comments what's one thing that you can do today that's going to take you 20 minutes or less and is going to move you one step closer to finishing your dissertation. And if you're ready to take this work further, then I invite you to join the Qual Scholars membership. It is our signature program that will show you how to finish your dissertation in 12 months or less. You can click the link below to sign up. But I want to say thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you do something today to show yourself some love, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.